What's up, everybody? It's Cassius Clay with another all new episode of Bro You Good podcast. I'm here again with my lovely sister, Carisha. Hey, what's up, girl?
Hey,
We're here for part 2, like we said we was gonna
do.
Huh?
Right.
Oh, okay. How you doing, my sister?
I'm doing good. I'm really doing great.
You know when the women switch their hair up, then you know it's a story behind it, huh?
I like to switch it up a little bit.
Okay, Babiana. You gotta do that trend.
My signature. Oh, when I get my other blunt cut, yeah.
Yeah. About some business. You about your business now, huh? Yes, you look good, you smell good. You know, you look good, you smell good, you feel good. Okay. Hallelujah. I sit down, the air don't stink. So that's a good thing. So that's right. That's a blessing.
That's right.
Because all the saints, that ain't their testimony. But anyway. So tell me what's been going on with you lately. Catch us up, since the last time we talked.
Being a mom, working. A lot still has happened. A lot of things have changed. I'm looking to have a career change soon. Harper is doing amazing. She is excelling. She got into her new school. So she will be testing. She's testing on second grade level. She's in K5 because her birthday is late. And her private school that she's at now, they do a bridge program for kids whose birthdays are late. So they have a pre-K5. But she is writing cursive, speaking Spanish, testing on second grade level. So at the school, after 90 days, she'll be able to test for first grade. So I'm excited about that because my girl is doing her thing.
That's beautiful. Because you are a what? Educator at heart. So you're going to make sure your baby is one of one.
Okay.
The only one.
One of one. That's right.
You're going to make sure.
One of one.
Because you don't play about that. Okay. And I'm so proud of her because she's talking she was already talking, but now she's just talking like she's 35. Yes. Like she's going into corporate law. Yes. And I'm like, girl, what?
Nonstop.
Oh, she ain't gonna stop talking?
She's going to ask the question.
She get it honest. It's okay.
With the answer.
Both her parents talk. So she got it honest, okay? Yeah. I love to hear that. And just to see her growing up and just acting like you is crazy.
It drives me nuts.
Because you get everything back.
It drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely insane. And it's really taught me a lot of patience though. You know how they say sometimes marriage is a mirror, but I think parenthood is a mirror. It is a true reflection, of you, what you put out and things like that. So I've had to really, really hone in on myself and my self-work, self-care to have that patience for her because she's very smart. She's very intuitive. She's very inquisitive. And when she does kind of go, it can come off as disrespectful if you don't know her, but I allow her the freedom to ask and make a choice or change her mind with boundaries, with respect, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people just aren't used to people in general speaking up for themselves, advocating for themselves, let alone children. And that's very important to me for her to be able to do that because I won't always be here. Clearly, Nick got up out of here at 30. So I want her to be able to have that voice. And I need her to know that what she says and how she operates, what she needs is important to me. Regardless of who else, agree or disagree, I don't care. Because they're not raising her and she's just had a lot of traumatic experiences at such a young age. So I want her to be equipped, whenever my time is, to be able to do that for herself. And she's very good at it.
And I love that you said that because you're teaching her early that her voice is powerful. Yep. Her voice is meaningful. And a lot of times when kids experience traumatic instances in their life like that, they shut down. Absolutely. They're mute. Yep. They don't talk.
Yeah.
For a long time. I was just watching the movie Karina. Love that movie with Whoopi Goldberg and Ray Liotta and the little girl. She lost her mom and she went completely mute.
Yeah.
But it took Whoopi to bring her back to life to talk.
Yeah,
and I
she's
love
sad. She's angry.
Sad.
She's confused. And it's like, why my mom? And Harper says that a lot. Even to this day, we went to the rodeo and the first sitter and only sitter she ever had when she was a baby, besides family, but she came and watched her, and we got back maybe like midnight, and she stayed up until I got back. Like, she was fighting with everything in her, and I had to remind Taylor that it's a personal thing for her, like a little PTSD, because the night Nick got killed, he's like, oh, she asked him, she's like, Daddy, are you gonna come back, or when you gonna come home, or something like that? And he was like, yeah, baby, I'll be back, if the Lord say the same, just being stupid. But and so she wants to stay up to make sure that I make it home. And she's like, like, well, you said you're coming back, but I need to be sure for myself. But that's one thing that I love about her, because I need to know for myself. You can tell me this all day, but I'm still going to read all 79 pages of whatever you're telling me. And she's the same way. Like, well, I know what you said, but I want to see myself.
Yeah, trust but verify. Okay. And so it's just, and I feel like all this stuff, even though it was traumatic, but is even teaching. Of course, it's teaching both of y'all, but it's teaching y'all individually, collectively, and it might even push her into what she's going to do when she get older too. So I just love it, because she's so quick. She be getting me together, and I'm like, "What you just say?" And I'm gonna go watch old videos. I'm like, "This girl is quick. She always been quick." And it's a beautiful thing to see, and she's gonna get quicker and quicker and more wittier. Yeah. And then before you know it, you're not gonna be able to tell you two guys apart.
I know. The older she get, like, now we get compliments like, "Oh, she looks just like you," and I'm like, "You don't know her daddy. She looks just like that man." But I do feel like I always say, she looks like the younger me. And she'll look at pictures, like when we go back home. She'll look at pictures and be like, "Mommy, that looks like me." And I'm like, "You do, girl. You do, just a little bit. You do." Yeah.
I love it. And I'm loving to see the joy of motherhood on you, because everybody who's a mom is not happy being a mama.
Yeah.
And the joy is still there for you. You enjoy spending time with her. You're intentional about spending time with her. You're intentional about showing her different aspects of life.
Yeah.
And ensuring that even her tribe is a part of her life, and being intentional. Like, even when we went to dinner that one Sunday, the aunties and uncles, you get a break, and we just having fun with her over there. Like, legit,
because I like, let me eat my meal in peace. This is great. You like cutting up. If I'm like, God bless you, because it's a whole little one too. Before you can get to you. And I did, being honest, I did have a little moment when Nick first got killed. I didn't want to be a single mom, which is why I was so intentional about being married and all the things, before having a kid and stuff like that. And I was like, I ain't signed up for this. I ain't signed up to be a single mama. And just, even through fasting and praying, once I got back there spiritually, God was like, He didn't make you a single mom. I did. I chose you to be a single mom. And so I had to change my perspective. Like, you know what? It's something to be said when the Lord, like, boom, baby, single motherhood, that's going to be you, because we going to ride it out together. And once I changed my perspective, like, every morning I wake up, I'm like, thank you, God, for Harper. Thank you for motherhood. Thank you for single motherhood, that I get to be a mom, that I get to be a single mom, that I get to have Harper and raise her. Like, it's a gift and it's a privilege, And once I started doing it, like, the joy, it definitely came back. Like, she's still a blessing. This is still a blessing. Like, this is still a part of your story, and you're still going to be able to give her the life that you always desire to give her and that she wants. And she's still going to flourish. You're still going to flourish. She's going to be able to watch you do all the things you said you wanted to do, and some, So once I changed that perspective of I get to, and it is a blessing because God said so. God made me this. And I'm like, all right, cool. We're rocking out. Because you do have some people that are like, I just want a baby, or I'm about to trap him, or who I got pregnant and, the dad left or just didn't want to be there. And I'm grateful that's not my story. No slight, no shade, but I'm grateful that just, that's not my story.
And then they take it out on the child.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something that I just don't want. Even when I do have a moment, like I always say, I still go back and I have that conversation with her. And I hey, it was not okay that mommy did this. I was upset, or I was overstimulated at work, or I had trial today, or blah, blah, blah. That had nothing to do with you. That was not your fault. I shouldn't have did that. It was not okay. It's not a and, a but, a this. It's just, hey, that was straight up wrong, because I don't need her getting used to people mistreating her or blowing up and it's like, oh, girl, I just had a bad day. Okay, you had a bad day. So did I, and I still didn't treat you that way.
And I love that you said that, because apologizing as parents, I even know when my parents apologized to me, I was like, well, it does something to you, because it's like a freedom that happens off. It takes the burden off of you, because like, I ain't even do nothing, and you just, parents, it's okay to apologize to your kids when you know you need to, and
absolutely,
it lets them know that they are vindicated and they're
right.
Right
is right.
They can speak up. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't have to wait to become an adult to address that either. So that's one very important thing to me.
And I love what you said about gratitude and being grateful and waking up and saying thank you. I've been listening to the audiobook by Oprah called Things I Know For Sure. And she always talk about waking up and having gratitude and listing things and writing things down or saying things that you're grateful for. It does shift your morning, and it shifts your mindset. And then it causes more things to be attracted to you too.
Right.
And I love that, because a lot of times I think you said that on the last time we talked about, we believe in God for this and we believe in God for that, and we say, woe is me, and what?
Yes.
You gotta find gratitude in something to hold you together.
It's easy to not want to, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to get there, like quick, and it's such a battle to get back to that attitude of gratitude sometimes. So listen. And the battle is daily.
Listen, especially with all the things going on in this world.
Yeah, it's still a choice.
But I know the attack is on joy, and you have to choose joy. In every aspect of your life, you have to choose it, and you can't let people, things, situations strip that from you, because literally that's our strength right now. And you strip joy, you're going to be weak. Right. You're going to be down and out, and everything else is going to fall apart. But we have to hold on to that joy. And I just want to go back to something we did finish last time we talked, where you were talking about prayer and how you didn't want to pray for yourself. Because we were talking about, you said, I don't want to pray no more. I'm going to give it to my mama.
Baby, I've been doing it, and you still did this. Okay, well, let me try it the other way, because I know quite a few people that don't pray, don't live right, don't attempt or try. You know, they don't put in that effort to be a good person, be kind. And I was like, well, what's the worst that can happen? You already took my husband. You already took me in-laws. I'm already a single mom. Oh, well, but I still didn't feel right. It was kind of like when you go off to college and you be like, yes, I ain't got nobody to wake me up and force me to go to church. Yes.
Baby.
By homecoming, I was like, oh my God, where's the nearest church?
Yes. Because life is real. When you leave them home, okay?
It was like that. And I was like, okay, like, the Bible for what? And I was like, whew, got a little dust on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I just didn't feel right. I felt convicted daily. I felt convicted all day, every day. Like, okay, whatever. But that was just the space that I was in, just being transparent. And I was like, I'm literally living hell. I'm living a nightmare. Like, what else could happen? Like, it doesn't get any worse than this. And my mom, so patient, so understanding, and she was just like, I hear you. I don't understand, but be in the space that you're in, and I'm gonna cover this side. I got the higher up. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, you ain't no telling what you gonna pray. So I got it. And my mom held me down. My village, my friends, my extended family, definitely held me down, and I felt the prayers. I knew y'all were praying, because I could still get up every day. I could still get out of bed every day. I could still fight for Harper every day and do all the necessities and things that, were necessary for our daily function. But I was giving the very bare minimum: rehearsal, church, singing on praise and worship team, giving the very minimum effort. And God just really convicted me. And it's like, you want this, and you can't even talk to me every day. Like, That ain't how this gonna work. You need this. I'm providing. I've shown myself. You know who I am. And I'm still showing myself. You're experiencing me in a different capacity in this season of your life. And I haven't left you. You left me. And I was like, well, okay.
He'll get you upside the head real quick, won't he?
Fine.
And that's something I similarly connect with you with, because, you know, I had talked to you about it. And you was like, okay. Because I stopped going to church for a year. Remember? And I was like, I just know. And then you was like, okay, Cassius. And all my friends were like, okay. And then I come back to you maybe a year or so later after visiting a church and just boohoo crying. I said, I looked up to the sky and said, I know you lying. Because I ain't cried in church. So you know how it gets you again?
Yes.
And I'll be like, I know you lying. Leave me alone.
I this in so long.
Leave me alone. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay. And then I learned to be exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
There.
You have to.
He said, okay, now you done healed and you done the work. Go over here and be what you want to see. Yep. Be the love you want to see here. So I get it.
Absolutely.
I 100% get that.
Yep.
That he would bring you back to your first love, literally, and restore the joy in your salvation.
Yes.
Because people don't talk about the joy being stripped because of life's trials and tribulations. But he would bring you back to that joy in the first love of it. And what I wanted to talk to you next about, especially since something you just said, you literally was talking about how your mom carried you through in prayer.
Yeah.
And she didn't understand, but she was praying. But now she understands a little bit more because you guys are connected on a whole other different level because of the passing of your father.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's almost like it's very poetic in a sense.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
So how did you, or how are y'all able to connect now because of both being, I guess, widows? I don't really like that word,
widows. But yeah, we are both widows. That's really strange. You couldn't tell me. I would have never guessed in a million years that my daddy was gonna get up out of here. I just like you supposed to live until I'm ready for you.
Yeah.
But I mean, my mom's heart broke for me, obviously. And then when Nick was sudden, unexpected, and my dad was sudden, unexpected. And it was like, what do you mean? So not only am I like grieving my dad, but I'm seeing that God allowed me to lose my husband first so that I could then walk my mom down that road, because my mom and dad were together for 38 years. Had just made 38 years August. And my dad passed away September 14th. And they were together, I can't remember, I feel like my mom said 43 or 44 years. Sorry, Mom. 43 or 44 years. But they were high school sweethearts, each other's first and last everything.
It's beautiful.
My dad taught my mom how to drive, taught her, like, literally, like, everything. They wanted a boy and a girl, wanted a girl to be the baby. Like, I mean, like a fairy tale story. And had that happened, had I lost my dad, my mom, I mean, of course, lost with, like, that's her soulmate, lost without my dad. But it's just like, where do I start? Because my daddy was very much man, very much provider, protector, took care of everything. So it was like, where is this? Who is this company? How do I close what? And so it was me already having that knowledge and walking that journey. And I'm like, okay, Mom, you need to do this, and this. Okay, the funeral, blah, 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 blah. And it was just quick, smooth. It was smooth for me. It was a lot because not only am I planning this funeral and learning all the things, single mom, and now trial because of how he was killed. But it was like, for my dad, it was just so smooth. Like, okay, boom, bam, da, 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 and it was just like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But I'm like, Mom, we're almost finished. You can do this. You can get, even the day of his funeral, she's gonna kill me. But yeah, I know I have such a dark sense of humor.
Dude.
But the day of my dad's funeral, I had already gave her a pill. I said, listen, don't you get up tomorrow and pass out. I said, because if you do, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm telling you now. And I mean, she just got all cute and we waiting for the car and we get up to go and she just, I said, no. I know we talked about this. I know I told you, don't you get up and pass. Why would you do so? You don't wait till the funeral. It's time to go. You don't wait till the funeral car get here and you want to pass out in this Texas heat in the country in the front yard. Really?
It's very hot in Tyler.
It is hot.
It's hell.
And we stay in the country.
Yes.
So I'm like, and
y'all got dress clothes on.
I know she passed out probably like 3 or 4 times, but it was just, just being overwhelmed, obviously, but still being able to be the rock for her. Because she's done so much for me and she was a rock for me when I lost Nick. She could not understand, but I even remember they kept asking me, are you sure you don't want to sign a DNR? Are you sure you don't want to sign a DNR? And I was like, stop asking me. If he stopped breathing, yes, I want you to do CPR. Yes, I want you to crack his ribs. Yes, I want, I'm just like, stop asking me. And my mom was like, listen, don't ask no more. She's already going through it, And so it was like, now the roles were reversed. I'm like, Mama, you can cry, but I'm gonna need you to cry and take a step. Yeah. I said, what I tell you, I'm walking this thing out with God. I said, and now you're about to have to walk it out with God. So even when we got to the church, my cousins were holding her up and I'm in front of her and I'm like, look at me, take a step and cry, take a step and cry, and it's like, now I'm just now kind of starting to grieve my dad, but in that moment, for me, it was about my mom. I'm like, she just lost her. That's my daddy, yeah. But I only had him for 35 years. Well, almost. He passed away 2 weeks before my dang birthday. Way to go, Dad. But I had him for almost 35 years, and she's had him, since she was 18. And I'm like, I know I was with Nick almost 10 years, but I'm like, 43, 44 years, honey, take me too. Cause like what? And so my focus was really my mom, but it's like now my mom knows how I feel. And now I know how Harper feels losing her dad. So it is the strangest triangle, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, God, we're going to do this together. And
that is so interesting that you just said that. And I didn't think about both sides and you're in the middle. So you understand both sides now. Oh my!
The dad.
Oh my goodness!
Like it is absolutely insane to me. And sometimes Harper will say, like if she's sad or something like that, or I see a change in behavior, and y'all know I'm a behavior analyst, so I'm paying attention. And I'm like, what's going on? But now that she's older and she's understanding a little more, a couple of weeks ago, it was career day at school, and she said she said it from day one. She wanted to be a police officer. And so I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I'm sure. And I'm like, why? I want to be a hero. I want to save people. It's going to be great. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. And so when I picked her up from school, she asked me, Mommy, what happened to my daddy? And I told her the same thing. I've told her when everything happened, somebody made a really bad decision. They got behind the car and hurt daddy really, really bad. The doctors did all they could. And she was like, yeah, I know. But what really happened to my daddy? Like, really happened to my daddy. And I'm looking at her in the rearview mirror like, well, I knew this was coming, but I didn't think it would be so soon. All right. Here we go. And, I told her, I said, somebody had a lot of adult beverages, got in a Jeep Wrangler. And I'm like, hey, the kind of car cousin Melvin drives? She's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, got on that kind of car and physically ran daddy's body over. The doctors did do all they could, to save him, but, they couldn't. And he's in heaven. And she's like, well, I learned at my school in the Bible, there is no death, only eternal life. And I was like,
Harper says, and if you don't make this page already, well, what she got to say, she can bless a lot of people.
To me, I know. I'm in the works. Don't you worry about it. It's in the works.
Okay.
But I was just like, you know what? Like that healed a huge part of me and helped me conquer. Like I don't live in fear. We talked about that. There is no fear. I've faced a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things on this journey and fighting this case for him. there's no such thing as ready. It's you become, you are. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a choice. I had to become a single mom. I had to become a freaking detective and like, no, this will, I know, this is the max that she can get, you know. And I had to do so much. So the only fear that I had was her reaction to truly finding out what happened to him, how he died, and how that would affect her. I know it still will, and I know there are years ahead that we'll have to, you know, revisit and regroup and continue therapy as we have. But they really blessed me. And she was like, what was her name again? And how many adult drinks did she have? And I was like, you know, I don't know, but it was a lot, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I wonder how many she had to make her run my daddy out. And like, she was like processing it, but it was more so like this detective investigator type, you know. And I said, well, honey, you might be on to something. Arresting the folks and leading them to Jesus. You might be on to something, you know, but that
2-for-1
really,
special.
Right. Like that really blessed me. And I'm like, dang, you know what? You're right, girl. It's eternal life. That is right. And she carried on like nothing happened. And I was like, okay, we just keep going, huh? And so looking at, you know, like my mom and this whole little triangle of being in the middle and understanding, some days I still have the why, like we're getting there, you know, but I'm like, why?
Because we could have been doing something else, God.
You hear? You could have given me anything else. But the way he has provided, the way I have grown and matured spiritually, emotionally, even just getting back to myself health-wise and working out and just like the Carisha I have always been, but I'm continuing to evolve into. I'm like, I'm ready to do the groundwork. And it was like when this year started, you know, God was just like, be ready. Everything, these visions, this, that, and the third stuff that you said you wanted to do, be ready. And so I've started the, you know, the logos and the this and the that, and I'm writing and, you know, books and that, like I've started. I'm like, I don't know what that means. But I wasn't ready when you took everybody. But I'm getting ready. For what? I don't know. But I'm getting ready. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I want to be ready. Or, you know, you say you're ready, but I want to be ready. But I want to be ready so he can get the glory. Like, I'm ready to see, like, that aspect of it, you know? And so many people still to this day, you know, they DM, they call, they send messages or, like, their testimonies or, hey, girl, you said this. And I'm like, I did? Like, I don't remember that. But I'm like, just as much as people say I bless and help them or whatever, I'm like, y'all really don't know. Like, it is a battle to get out of bed every single day. Every day. Every day. Like, I just want to lay there. You know, and it's like sometimes I'll be like, want to call my daddy or, because he was at home, you know, like he's retired. So it's like, he had the time. I could call my daddy at 1 p.m., 3 a.m., 12 noon, 11 p.m., and he's going to answer the phone. If I needed somebody to watch Harper while I did hair and I couldn't find nobody, I would set her little camera up. He would log in. If she did this or that or needed to change or she might be hungry, he would call me like, hey, you know, she's doing this, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, just like, I could, whatever, stupid stuff. He had a dark sense of humor. He always told dad jokes, but they were the funniest ever. And some stupid, anything would happen, and I'd be like, let me call my dad.
Okay.
You know, and it's just like, now I'd be like, this is so stupid. You know, like, it is so dumb. But I still, like, I'm still just so grateful. I'm struggling with my daddy, but I'm really grateful, you know, because the journey has been tough, but it's also been beautiful too. Like, I can't discredit that because I couldn't have written a better story. Like, I couldn't have written a better life, a better outcome of how things are just kind of coming together and lost. And I was talking to my friend Alicia the other day, and she has been driving me to every court date for 2.5 years.
You can't beat that.
Like, every single court date. She was just like, I'm doing this, whether you say yes or no.
Yeah, that's her.
And I was like, I don't even know what that means, but I don't even know why it's important for you to drive me. But it was some days I'm leaving court and I'm in a whole other world. You know, I could probably be done ran off the freeway unintentionally. But I was talking to her the other day and she was like, you know, I told you God will give you double for your trouble. She said, I spoke that from the moment everything initially started happening, even with your mother-in-law up till Nick passed away and now your dad. She said, but the freedom that you've received at the expense of loss. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, man, that's good. Like the freedom and the peace, like even in loss, but on one hand, like, should I be this happy or should I be smiling? Yes. I enjoyed that a little too much, you know. Yes. But I'm like, on the other hand, like, girl, you deserve this. You deserve I'm happy. Like, I want to be happy. I'm too bubbly and giggly and goofy, and you know, I want to be happy. Like that's who I am. You think you should be sad all the time, but Pastor Keon said this years ago, and I still remember this to this day from one of the sermons. But you can have bad moments in the day, but your whole day is not supposed. You remember you said preach that your whole day is not supposed to be bad. It is a moment, and I seen a meme like circling recently, like going viral about the gift of recover. Like being able to recover quickly. And that's one thing that I pride myself on. Like so much bad has happened. This little stuff that happened throughout the day or with people or I'd be like, I don't even care. Now what happened? Okay, sure. Yeah, that's the one thing I know. And you'll even text me and you'll be like, Cash, just help me before I go off on, because it people try to make something out of nothing. Out of nothing, yes. Even between me and you or something that we said on the episode or something, you be like, Cassius. I'm like, okay. Oh my God, here they go. Yeah, I'm like, I do not care. You do not. I'm grateful. And I love how you say that, but it's so funny because I be like, y'all really don't know how close she can be to, but you change and shift in the middle of it. I don't care. Like even if I have a moment or a misunderstanding or a combative situation happen, and I literally give myself I set a timer. I give myself, even when I have a moment and I'm throughout my day or a song or, you know, whatever for Nick, my daddy, my mother-in-law, mama, whoever, pictures pop up, you know, our phone is great for doing that. Today they popped up pictures of my daddy with Harper in the pool when he came to stay. He helped me. Nick was on tour and he came and stayed for a week and they were in the pool. But even when I set a timer for 10, I allow those feelings. I allow myself to be mad, cuss, swing at the air, whatever. 10 minutes. And I'm like, Misha, this was a moment. It happened. You felt it. You processed it. And now we finna move on. And I can like maneuver and kick back in the high gear to like whatever. But I haven't always been like that. Because if something happened, I'm like, oh my God. And my dad would like let me be dramatic. So I would just like, Dad, I gotta talk about it again. You know, so it would just linger throughout the day because I'm just constantly talking about it or whatever. And now I'm like, yeah, I really don't care. Like and that could probably be a bad thing to an extent because I do not care. But just don't. You and you know best friend Olivia. And it's both of y'all say the same thing. You said once you lose a parent, your whole baby, you don't care. Okay, nothing is ever that deep. Like you be like, your mindset shifts. You don't have time or the patience for like a lot of the hoopla. Man, like who are you again? What? I do not care, especially because people don't know me. You know, I do not care. You just don't care. I don't care. I'm not in the business of trauma bonding. I'm not in the business of new friends in the sense of like being in my space and digging like the questions. You know what I'm saying? Like people that just want to pry. Like I'm not in that business. And I'm a people person. I love people. I love meeting new people, socializing, networking. It's constant. But like when people try to attach themselves to me based off of the trauma, like I'm very, very like apprehensive and guarded and standoffish. Like, whoa, let me really pray about this, because it can be draining. But also, I don't want to go down a tunnel of what you're on or where you are in that phase, especially if I've already overcome. Like, it's one thing if that is an assignment, to help minister, whatever. But some people, it can just be overbearing. They just come on really strong, and I'm not into that, because I'm gonna be like, I got three very black therapists for you.
Oh yeah, that's quick to do that.
You? I'm like, how you feel about that? Because sometimes I don't have the capacity. But one thing I love about my friends and my family, boundaries that we've all set in place and honor, is, do you have the capacity to hold something heavier? Do you have the capacity even just, girl, I just need to vent, rant, whatever. And that it makes me feel so good. And even sometimes when I don't have the full capacity, but I'm like, I want to have the capacity because you respected me enough to respect my boundary and ask. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, hey, I got like 10 minutes in me. Lay it on thick, sum it up. I don't know. But I got 10 minutes that I can, let you just dump and we can rock and roll after that.
It's funny you said that about having a capacity and knowing when to step in. Because I don't know if you remember this Sunday. I don't know why memories are popping up in my brain as we talk. But you remember we missed the whole second service of church tending to a friend because they were going through so much during that service and they couldn't even walk into the service. And we had to go be that help for that friend during that time. Like, they couldn't even put on their shoes.
Yeah, I remember
and I was like, we just gonna be okay. We all right. We gonna sit in this car with you. Because that is ministry too. This is what people don't see.
Yeah.
Is sometimes it's outside of those four walls. Some people can't even make it to the four walls because of what they're going through.
Absolutely.
But we have to talk and, I guess help further the message on boundaries and therapy and getting to healing for you, because what people don't know is, like, when you're that person where everybody lean on, who gonna help you when you need help?
Yeah. I think that was the biggest surprise for my close people, really just seeing me break. And like, I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't have the answer because I'm the go-to person for everything. You know somebody, you got this. Can you do this? Can you?
I ain't got it.
And I'm like, when everything, I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what happens. I don't know who to call. I don't know these people that got me and Harper's life in their hands. But hey, we're gonna get, I'm social because I want to be social, not social because I'm forced to be social now. Hold on.
That part.
And so, it definitely makes a difference. But I mean, no, it's cool. I feel like people are getting to know me and seeing a lot more of my personality.
Yeah, because they didn't know you. They just knew, like you said in the last episode, they knew you as a mom and a wife, or somebody singing in church, something like that. But they didn't know you really outside because you were guarded.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't know people's motives, and you were still freshly new. Because I look back, somebody sent me a picture yesterday. It was 2016. I was like, dang, I was 23. Like, you think about how we first started, we was at Lighthouse, and it's like, dang, we were young, so we were coming out of school, and we didn't know these people like that out here.
Yeah.
And we learning people. And so you're very guarded, and you knew you had your unit and your family unit, and you had to protect it.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't just let anybody and everybody in. So right now, I think people are finally knowing who you are solo.
Yeah.
Who didn't know you prior. So it's like, it's a beautiful thing to see. It's just a beautiful thing to see you blossom like that, because again, I didn't know you. And you got new things on the dock, and we gonna go right into it. You posted a video on Facebook.
That is crazy.
And I'm just scrolling, and I heard it, and I listened to you in the studio holding that earmuff to your ear like Tina Turner. You're when dumb. I was a little girl, I had a rag doll.
That's crazy.
And then but I'm very biased to Sopranos, so you guys, she was not trying to be a soprano.
Salto. I'm a salto. Okay.
Anywho, she didn't want to sing soprano on that record, but the snippet that you posted, I said, okay, come on, Layla, with the tone. But the tone was so beautiful. Tell me how that came to be, and what can you tell me when what can you share on that project? that you're doing?
Talking about it. No. My brother-in-law, JJ, Uncle Jeff, shout out to you. He writes, produces all the things. He is coming out with his new album. It'll be released June 18th. And he's also having an adult prom. Look him up, Uncle Jeff Music. Or official Uncle Jeff. I'm so sorry. One of the two. And we've been tagging each other lately.
Facebook, Jeff Jones.
Yeah, Jeff Jones. But there are tickets. It is an adult prom, like official, like adult ball gown. The theme this year is masquerade ball.
Okay.
And some of the songs will be performed there. I will be performing. I know.
I'm excited.
But yeah, he wrote and he was like, he called me one day and was like, man, sis, he was like, I'm starting on this album. And he was like, you've really inspired me just kind of watching you over, this last couple of years. He was like, and he just really poured into me. And I was like, dang, like, some stuff happened and I didn't know I needed that at that moment, And so I really appreciate that. So thank you, JJ, for that. I don't even know if you remembered that, but you did. And he was like, but I got this song and yeah, I think this for you. And he let me hear it and I was like, that is so me. Like, that's such my vibe. And he was like, you'll do it? Like, you like? And I'm like, what? Heck yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, what kind of question is that? And it's just kind of just things that I've seen and like wanted to do, like they're just coming to fruition now. And I think the dopest thing, like it's dope. Like, love it, grateful, appreciate it. But I think the dopest thing is Harper knows it word for word.
Oh,
my baby be back there singing her heart out. And she's like, Mommy, I love this. This is my favorite song. And I'm like, it's a girl. Let's sing. You want this? And she'll be like, can you play it again? I'm like, girl, I was going to play it anyway.
Okay. On repeat.
I was going to play it anyway. But yeah, we can do cushion bags. Sure. And so it's like so dope. And she was like, Mommy, will I be there when you perform? Can I be on stage or do I got to be in front of the stage? I'm like, you can be in front of the stage. Like, you cannot. I be on the stage, but like that's so dope to me. And it makes me so happy that she gets to see me do stuff. Even today, like I was like, hey, we're finally gonna do part 2 of the podcast for real this time. And she was like, oh, she was like when you were on TV, because we had a little watch, part of it. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh my God, Mom, you're going to be famous. Oh my God. I can't wait to watch you on TV again. And I'm like, girl, you act like this is streaming across the nations, but it is, and it will be,
Yeah, because when I came over after that, she gonna tell me something like, Uncle Cassius, I loved your outfit.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay.
Yeah, like she's like so like so supportive, and
I love it.
I just be like, I can do anything. Like,
no, like the way she roots for you, like I don't want to say from the sidelines, but from the side, like she roots for you. She was so excited for everything you do, and I loved it. Like, but it's literally like even at choir rehearsal when she was like still in diapers, like she would just be crawling around, walking around, or going from auntie to uncle or the choir stand if you had to be on the mic that day. But it's just like she's always been around music and always been around you or Nick, the drum set. So it's just beautiful to see her. She's your biggest rock star. It reminds me of what's her name, Keela on American Idol right now, where her son is singing. And he be singing on the sidelines with her while she on stage. Like, that is the vibe she gives for you. Yeah. And I'm just loving the support. Like, God is literally restoring the years. Yeah. That, you saw
it's so much happening. Yeah. So much happening so fast. And I'm like, am I ready? Am I ready? I'm like, you're ready.
Yeah, you're ready.
You're ready. Like,
now you see, I'm trying to be calm. You're trying to make some of these words slip out that's a little bit unholy. But yes, you're ready. Just like you told me I was ready.
I know.
You're ready.
You're right.
You're ready.
You're right.
And do it afraid. We don't do no fear, but Joe Smiley book, do it afraid. Do it.
Yeah.
With butterflies.
Right.
Do it with doubts. Right. Do it with anxiousness. Do it with whatever, because we don't have no time to waste. I've been feeling that for the longest. We have no more time to waste for our dreams and our goals. Yeah. We can dream all day, but we have to be dreamers who execute.
Yep.
And that's what we're doing.
Yep.
We're executing our dreams. And I just love it.
I know. I'm like, I gotta get the ball rolling. Like I've sat on too much for too long. And I probably would have sat another couple of years had life not started life.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I'm grateful.
But you have so much more to pour from life now, experiences to give to others, because we don't go through for nothing. Like you were talking about helping your mom earlier, but literally I always paraphrase the scripture, but we go through things to be a comfort to others later who are going through things.
Yeah.
And that's literally what it's for. So you went through it to guide someone else to go through it. Because in life, we need community and help from others. Even Alicia, like the way I just remember her leaving her situation, her job, to start her nonprofit. And then did not even know, we didn't know none of this stuff was going to happen.
Yes.
But God set it up so where that collective of friends were able to do so much, and she was able to be there for you, take you to every
like what are the odds?
Court case.
And then her nonprofit, part of the single mothers, it's Lovey's Pearls.
Yes, Lovey's Pearls.
Lovey's Pearls.
LOVIE.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, spell it, because I sure did forget that. The young teen moms that she served, now I can say we, because I am one of the mentors for it. And so I do go and mentor the behavioral aspect for their kids, and just boundaries and discipline and repetition, just things that they can do, finding out the function of the behavior, and, being able to identify the behavior and give a consequence to match that behavior. So it's just all
things working
so
together.
much, so much. And I'm like, what are the odds? Like I saw, but I never knew
how it was going to be.
Yes. And then even from that, last year I spoke at 3 different events.
You did.
And I was just like, oh wow. Like I was like, oh, maybe if I could get one, this year. And then it was a women's conference. And I was like, what? Ooh.
We're the uncles and aunties.
I know.
Now.
And then ending with speaking at the organ donor event that they had at the hospital where Nick was. And I was like, oh wow. Like before the board members and things, like I never thought something like that would happen and so soon, but I was ready. And so now I keep in contact, and they're like, hey, we want you to come do this. Can you help us advocate and da-da-da-da? And I'm like, actually, yes. And it's just yes. Like I'm going to pray about it and, fast about it, but I'm like, why not? Like, what do I have to lose? Besides time, but what do I have to lose? And I'm just like, I'm going for it all. I want it all.
Hello.
I want it all.
We get wrapped up around one thing and miss it all.
Yeah.
But you put your hat in this one. You put your hat in this one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
You really say that? Put one over here, put one over here, and watch it blossom into something else.
Yeah.
Cause we just cooking out here. Everybody just cooking.
Cooking, you hear?
Putting the ingredient over here, little Tony Satchery over here, little egg, little flour,
smoked paprika,
all of that.
Yeah.
Little seasoning, little salt,
yeah,
and pepper, and it's gonna make a wonderful whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so that's what I love to hear from you, and just to see you singing like that is just. I love your voice. I always have.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I wasn't expecting it. Like, you will hear stuff like I wasn't like I wouldn't change anything about it. Like nothing, a lyric, or like I wouldn't change anything. And I'm like, that never happens. Like, whoa, because the music gets me first, and then the lyrics. And if that one, I'm locked in. And it's like I learned it in one day. And so then when he was like, hey, like, can you record this weekend? I'm like, I'm going to come this weekend and to do it like that night. And it was like, I was like, dang, that happened. That was quick. Okay. But I'm just like, the time is now. It's now. Like, why not? It's happening now.
Yeah. Why not?
Why
and why not you?
Why not me?
Why not you? It's just time. Like, you were talking about how everybody is, in your DMs and putting on you and all that stuff like that. Girl, you need a book and a workbook for these people. So they won't have to, they're doing that because they know you have so much wealth of knowledge and how to get through things in life. And people need guidance from people they know that are real and authentic. and not just doing stuff for clout. You're really out here helping people by just being Carisha. Yeah. And that's what attracts the people to you. But you can give them tools so they won't drain you.
Yeah.
You know, that's another boundary.
Okay, because I'm going to point you to that good old therapy.
Real quick.
What I got for you.
That's what I got right here. This number. Call them.
She's
set up that appointment.
Taking new clients.
Hello.
Yeah.
Accepting now. 24/7. Literally, emergency number here. Okay. But
I got it. Website, photo, everything. You email, all that. Don't even worry about it. I got you.
Now it's time.
It is true.
It is time to talk to you about something that used to bother me. You know, when you talk about people prying on you, you know, sometimes people pry on widows early. They pry early. You ain't even the church ain't even done morning. The church is in morning. Glory, and then they can't even wait till you put them in the ground good to say.
Always knew.
Always, you ain't know nothing.
You ain't know nothing.
And if you need a shoulder to cry on,
I got two right there.
Hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Nick always wanted to. He told me if anything happened to him,
that man ain't told you.
That man ain't told you.
He ain't even talk like this.
Ooh, help
that
me
man
today.
Ain't told you that. Like, but yeah, it got very strange.
Yeah, and people are very weird trying to hook up.
Very weird.
Hook up with you.
Yeah,
and he ain't even. We just got done singing I Love to Call Him.
Yeah, I'm like,
and then they're trying to call you.
And grieving, not desperate. Like this,
like I don't know what kind of spirit that is. It's very evil. I don't know, very manipulative.
Yeah,
but because you ain't my type, boy. Like you know what I'm
saying? I need them burnt, need them crisp. If you couldn't tell by Nicholas John,
crisp
chocolate.
Like the people like they bacon crispy.
Crisp.
Yeah. And for everybody that did that, I hope they eye twitch. Anyway,
wow.
Hope they eye twitch over and over again every time they try to think about hitting your DMs. Just twitch real hard so they can't see your Instagram, whatever. But anyway, I just really wanted to bring it up because so many people go through that.
Mm-hmm.
And it really shows you people's character.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely a vulnerable space to be, extremely vulnerable space to be in. But like I said, I know my people was praying.
Mm-hmm.
I know God's protection and favor was over me.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely could have crashed out, could have did all this. Yeah, let's date, let's go out. You know, like I could have really, really ran through the city. And it's like, there wasn't a priority for me. I'm like, shut up, man. I mean, some people do though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they do. I'm sorry, but yes.
And it's like, I'm very particular. And especially now that I have a kid, like I'm still like trying to figure out what is my life becoming? You know, what is happening? What's going on? I'm exhausted. Had to put my kid in school and now I'm paying to it. Like, yuck. You hear?
Money just,
yuck.
Money just going out.
And that was the furthest thing from my mind. I did eventually, you know, of course I started going out on dates and I was just like, weird.
Y'all have nothing for me.
Your ears are dirty. You know, like, I'm just saying, I'm so picky and I'm 5 foot, but I always end up seeing the weirdest thing, like teeth. Hygiene is a big thing for me, but like teeth.
Oh, you ain't flossed today?
Ears. Oh my gosh. There's plaque. You said you got a job, right? Either you have the benefits and you're not using them or you don't have the benefits. Either way, I'm turned off. No thanks.
Yeah.
And yeah, it definitely was a little weird.
Yeah.
It was a little weird.
And then it's like, the conversation don't be there.
Yeah.
They only want one thing.
Yeah. And I have too much depth for the surface level, you know. Like I do want to know the why. Like I'm very interested in the why.
Yeah.
And most people, they don't even know why, for starters. But they don't want to get to the why, or the why is just too much.
Like, why did you reach out to me and want to talk to me? Why did you want me to take me on a date?
What do you think we were going to do? I'm a single mom now. Hello. You like every picture. You like every story post.
I see it.
Single mom.
I see it.
And furthermore, I don't have a lot of immediate family here. You know, I have some cousins, but they all stay extremely far. So it's like, I'm a mother full time, for real.
For real.
Very intentional, very present, very active mother. So no.
Yeah, I'm a package deal, so that you can't just holler at me and not speak.
Not me,
because that's gonna be over here.
Yeah,
you're gonna be out the door. So
yeah, very yeah.
Oh, but God, what did He do for you? Talk about it, huh? Oh,
you are so crazy.
I know you all right.
So I am dating. Yeah. I'm dating again.
Kim Parker, yeah.
I am dating.
All right.
I've known him for like 17 years?
17.
Yes. I mean, we met in college. Never dated. Always been great friends. Very, very great friends. He's been the same person I've always known. Very kind, beautiful heart, but he's so kind and God-fearing. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Negroes ain't kind.
They're not.
So that's beautiful to have that. Because you know, if he kind to you,
yeah,
he gonna be kind to her.
Yeah.
He gonna be kind to your mama.
He's not intimidated.
Yeah.
He's not afraid of, my story, my past. He knows everything, the ins, the outs, the good, the ugly, but he's been here. Like he's truly just genuinely a friend. Like he saw, the nights crying, the days coming from court, thinking we're going to close the case or we got a break in the case. And I'm like, oh, yes, it's coming to an end, just for them to be like, reset. So like he, just me crying or like, I'm overstimulated, I'm exhausted, but then Harper's sick or she want to play. And I'm like, I just need a moment. He would just sit on the phone, not say nothing sometimes, but just sit on the phone. And I'm like losing my mind. And he never judged. Still doesn't judge, but he never judged. He would just be like, okay, I hear you. What do you need from me? Like, how can I help you? Like, what? And then once we kind of reconnected as friends, and just learned each other, because I did some interviews for him for a cheer coach position. And it just learning each other now, as men and women and parents and all that. It was just cool that he was like, I see you. Like, I'm here. Like, whatever that looks like, whatever you need, like, I'm here. And I'm like, nah, like, you really see me. Like, I'm talking about wig off, snotting and crying. Like, even when my dad passed away, like, he never left. Like, he just did. I didn't have to ask for anything. We weren't even dating. He just knew. Like, he drove me to Tyler, back from Tyler, to get clothes, this and the third, drove me back for my dad's funeral, drove back to Houston, went to work, came back a couple of days before my dad's funeral to help with whatever and do what it, like, just as my friend. You know what I'm saying? He never touched me. We never kissed, held hands, slept together, like nothing ever. And I was just like, dang, like, this is a very effed up life. And you want to be here. And
he's seeing the beauty of being there.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, like, that's dope. Like, that is crazy. Because why? And then I was like, well, why not?
Why not? We said that earlier. Why not you? Why not?
Why not? Yeah. And like I said, I didn't know if I was ready. But I prayed about it. And it just was what it was, and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about, what you did share with me, or him just showing up.
Yeah.
He already naturally fits in.
Yeah.
He's
he a country man too.
Hello, you know you love country. You probably played that country song "Country Boy" by Tyra B so much growing up.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure you did, but country boy. But anyway, because you love them. But it's just a beautiful thing to see you being protected and guarded. Because that's one thing
He takes that very serious.
My girlfriends, I want that for y'all always.
Not you had to be clear.
I want that for y'all so bad always because it's only me. It's different to have it.
Yeah.
As you know, as a relationship wise, because you have a protector that's going to be there 24/7. That's going to be there as soon as they get off work. That's going to be there to cover you, provide, and protect you guys because that's the key.
Yeah.
Adding to you and being your soft place on earth to land.
Yeah.
So I love that for you.
Thank you.
And I love everything that you're curating in your life right now and experiencing. It's the joy, it's the love, it's the peace, it's the happiness, it's the laughter, the dark humor.
I mean, it's dark.
And you're understanding both sides of the spectrum from your daughter and your mother now, and y'all are bonding at a different level and growing and seeing each other different ways.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful to see. And you don't get that, and you don't take it lightly, and you're stepping into who Carisha wants to be. And who you desire to be.
Yes.
And it's just a beautiful thing to see. And I love you. You know, and I love y'all. And you know, I got my new merch line out. Ooh-wee.
Yes.
And so I gotta get you a Sis You Good shirt in a medium.
That's right.
Because she's slim thick. So I gotta get you a medium shirt.
Yes.
And y'all just continue to support this podcast and keep support Carisha. It's growing and it's a beautiful thing to see. And I just love you, sis. And I
love you. Thank you so much.
Even it's just beautiful.
I appreciate it because I really am good. It ain't a question.
Oh, I know.
Today, I really am good.
I love it. Yeah. I'm glad you're good. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for the upcoming episodes and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And also visit my website, broyougood.square site, whatever. It'll be in the link, child. I'll mess it up, but it'll be down there. All right, love y'all. Peace out.